All right, 8:36. We're bringing back our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. When you look at this story, listen to this story. You've got the battalion chief, Peter Blach. What kind of defense, if there is a witness that says, hey, we saw his car out there at Boston Market, what kind of defense could he have or should he have?
Well, it's going to be this. I won't say this case is going to be hard to defend. So let me start with that. It's just 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it would have been a lot easier to defend. But technology has now caught up with a number of things that happen. And so just looking back, most of this is all technology. GPS, they have a program that they use that they can track their officers as well when they're out. Looking back, going through the surveillance information, they're looked at as going up and down the road. I mean, again, if this happened 30 years ago, it would have just been they have these suspicions, but I don't have any way to prove it. So when you talk about defending it, you're going to have to defend not just circumstantial evidence, but now direct evidence that contradicts what you said or what your defenses potentially could be. I mean, looking at this specifically, the GPS puts him outside of the Boston Markets. He's going up and down the road for 3 hours before. He calls it in. He talks about running folks out of their homeless people. But the biggest thing is the investigation itself doesn't support his statements. They're saying a person that had extreme knowledge of fires, knowing how to start them and where to start them, was only possible doing this fire. And they're saying a homeless person wouldn't have been able to do that, and there were no signs to support that. So a lot of the physical evidence, the direct evidence, which normally isn't what convicts you, normally is circumstantial. If you have direct evidence, those smoking guns, that's hard to overcome. I mean, there's going to have to be a legitimate reason why you were there. And obviously, hopefully, there's some other physical evidence that supports someone other than you being the igniter of the fire. I mean, that's probably going to be the only thing that I could say as to how and why you'd be able to defend something like this. I mean, the other, I think, damaging portion is when he pointed out the fire to the person that arrived there, they were like, I don't even see it. I don't know what you're talking about. And then he walked them directly to where it was at. I mean, that's going to be another thing that's going to be hard to get around.
Well, the story raises eyebrows because you have a battalion fire chief who's accused of starting a fire when they're supposed to be putting them out. Is his position, does that weigh into maybe more severe charges, right? Because you were meant to protect people, but you put more people in danger?
What I do think it helps for the conviction portion. I mean, because when they said in the investigation that someone with extreme knowledge of fires, and so if you're someone that puts out fires on a daily basis and recognizes how they start and go through that investigation process when you're looking to see if someone has committed arson in the past, those are the types of things that they would use to say he has that education, that expertise, that knowledge to know how to do this. I don't think it would enhance it. This is a felony, Class F felony, so it's not going to take it to an aggravated stance. You would need to, have someone in the building, child at the time, some other aggravating factor. I don't see anything like that here in this situation. But what I do see is his knowledge is going to help him be convicted, but not enhanced.
And again, just to make everything very clear, he'll still have his day in court to prove his his attempted innocence. When you look at it too, the added fact that it was his own people that brought this forward, how does that weigh in on top of everything else that his own people said, wait a minute, this doesn't line up?
Well, the own people report is kind of what got them on his heels anyway. They're saying a past investigation in 2025 where what they thought was, suspect was probably part of the issue. They said they got to him looking at that past fire, and that was the reason as to why and how they believe that, okay, this is something that's not lining up with this current one. So his current captain was saying, okay, I've already been looking at him for this investigation. All right, let's start seeing what's going on with this other one. And that's kind of how they started looking and reviewing the information that they had in front of them.
Right. Thank you, Khalif. Appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.